A ver, ajá. ¿Ustedes saben cómo se llama esto? Es la televisión. La televisión, repitan ustedes.
La televisión.
TV show, I'm gonna be on TV show. Think of anyone you know, they can be on TV show.
Cousin Phoebe's Uncle Joe, Tito, Quinta, Curtis Blow, Cheetos, Fritos, Doritos, they can be on TV shows.
Hot hammers, pizza dough, gangsta bitches on death row, flapping pennies, there you go, they can be on TV show. Ah, pierizba, shara buio, bizba, nic nie pero robili, tylko snacks bobili. Ukosni, kamborki, kupię bieli malczyki, nieradni ludiani, możliwe programy.
Better pick up the phone, the police out there. People will watch the Bumblebee before they'll listen to the gospel. Then he gets the power of porn. Wait, let me douche first. I don't want to bend over too much, for my nose to flip out. Put me through this special bag of tacos. TV show is for external use only, may cause chafing. Tax and tags sold separately, also batteries not included. For best enjoyment, always set a minimum distance of 2 feet from your television set. Keep your head on the headrest, hands on the handbar in front of you. When the show is over, please exit to the right. Have a nice day. I think that's my last appearance on TV show.
It's on all day. Whether I watch it or not, who knows? In between things. I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 hours a day, maybe.
A lot. A good few hours, mostly History Channel, Discovery Channel, sports.
Yeah, I would say 5-6 hours a week.
No more than like 20 minutes, like if anything. I'll watch a movie or sometimes I'll turn on MTV, but I don't really watch it. Too busy.
Well, quite a bit, I would imagine. I like sports, I like history, I like Discovery Channel, current events and news. You know, just kind of just try to stay abreast of what's going on in the world around me as much as possible.
I don't really watch TV. Don't have cable.
Okay. Couple hours.
We have one of those recording devices, digital recorders, so when we watch it, we just watch whatever we want to because we've recorded it. I can't tell you the last time we watched live TV, so when we do sit down though, we'll knock off maybe about 2 hours, and if we don't watch anything. Mm-hmm. So how many hours in a week did you say?
In a week or in a day?
In a week? I'd say over the period of the whole week, unless there was a sporting event on, it would probably be between 5 to 8 hours a week, no more than that.
I think they manipulate facts, but I think it might be a little bit polluted before they get a hold of it to put their twist on it. Media kind of tapers everything to be a big deal when a lot of things really aren't, or blame things on the problem and not really on the cause or the effect, and not really the source of the problem.
Well, I think that they pretty much control the United States government at times, because. But I would think pretty much they pretty much give you the facts in most circumstances.
They talk about different views. Everyone has a different view or a different idea of what's going on in a specific part of the country. So their facts that they're talking about might not really be accurate.
When I do watch the news, I kind of I watch it, I try to take out all the adjectives, and just trying to see what's going on, but because I think I think they're trying to give you the facts, they're trying to, they're trying to make it seem so grand, one state, so you watch one station more than the other, that's what I think, but they kind of, what do they say, sensationalized it.
I don't watch the news. I read the paper.
I think they distort quite a bit.
Manipulate facts?
Absolutely.
Okay, can you elaborate a little bit on that?
I'd rather not.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think they're dishonest, no. But yeah, there's a genuine mistrust, I think, in what we see in the news today. And that is that, do you think that we're getting the whole story, but I don't think it's a lie. I just don't, I just question if how much was filtered, that's all. So that's pretty much what I think about the news across the board. It's the first question I ask, what have they filtered? So
what are they not telling you?
Right, yeah, but they never lie. They never lie. At least I hope now.
Is there such a thing? I don't think so. All colors are equally beautiful. Okay, purple. Pink.
Pink.
Red.
Chartreuse.
Something in the range of cervamation green. You know what? Okay. It's a green that's kind of like pale and it's sort of like seafoam green, but a little paler, somewhere in there.
Orange.
Black, because it's very sad.
I'm a retired New York City firefighter, and I used to ride around in red fire trucks for 23 years. How's that answer?
Yellow.
White. It's very boring, very plain. Too much of it.
Maybe twice a week.
Do I want America to know that? Oh, probably maybe about twice a week. I mean once every 2 weeks.
About 3 times a day. Every day.
Not often enough. Once every 4 months. No, yeah, twice, 3 times a week.
Once a day.
Twice a day.
Every day, twice a day. Very rarely.
3 times, sometimes 2 times a day.
Once a week.
Never. No need.
I try to do the up and down thing the way you're supposed to, but I have a tendency to go back and forth. I know I slip, but you know, I just kind of give it enough time to hopefully take care of all the problems.
Stick it in a bag, let it na for a little while. Other side, na.
Up and down.
Yeah.
And across. And back.
I use a mechanical toothbrush. It kind of does most of the work for me.
It's big and powerful. He's the king.
Just the do it real fast technique, get it over with.
Yeah, we just got one of those machine type that actually spins around and you just stick it in your mouth and you let it do its thing.
Up and down strokes.
Up and down, and across and around, and forever how long it takes. About 5 minutes.
Dog.
Can you tell me why?
Just like them.
An iguana. For about 3 days, and I said, no more. Oh, I would say probably about 14 inches long. Didn't like it.
A sun conure.
What's that?
It's a bird.
A parrot. It used to like to nibble on my ear, and its name was Boris Bite It Off, and so he was the strangest though, because you could put him on the floor and you'd go up to like the dog and he would just like open its mouth and just like walk towards it like he was gonna bite the dog. So.
Food that's been sitting in the refrigerator for weeks, rotten smells of mold or old grease.
Dolphin. Because they're smart and I like the water and They're pretty.
Dog shit. Sorry.
Had asphalt, I don't care for. Stinky dogs, not especially. Food and girls, number 1, number 2. Flowers, number 3. Hey.
I don't.
$57,000. I'd say between 25 grand upwards to maybe 100 grand.
Probably a couple $100.
$70,000 or $80,000.
I think 500, but which means probably it's 1,000. So, because I'm usually off by 2 when I don't really know.
When she feels that we are ignoring her, she sits in front of the TV set and stares at us. And then we know it's time to play or whatever. Other than that, she does a lot of things. I could go into it, but I'm not.
She's just got a spirit that just wants to be around you and just be one of the family. That's the, and
Any good stories about her that come to mind right off the top of your head?
Okay, good stories that come to mind would be is that when she gets up in the morning, she has this tendency to stretch and she actually yawns and kind of goes "arr" with it. It's cute. You'd have to see it. And in terms of, let's see, one of the other things is that her name is, she's got a long name, but she goes by just about any other thing you can think of. But her favorite ones would be, we call her Carrie or Care Bear or Bear, and she'll go by any of those.
Feisty, fun. That's about all I can think of.
Like personality-wise?
She rules the house. She rules the German Shepherd, the Newfoundland, and the rest of the house.
Very easygoing, loves people, loves to be petted.
She's pretty conservative. She's independent. Excuse me. She gets out and she does her thing. She comes back. She goes out. She comes back.
Great disposition with people. Never had any kind of problems with her. She's always been real quick learner, real quick to figure out what's right, what's wrong. And
she's very temperamental. So, you know, she'll sometimes she wants to be petted and sometimes she does not. She lets you know both times.
Maybe twice a week.
Do I want America to know that? Oh, probably maybe about twice a week. I mean once every 2 weeks.
About 3 times a day. Every day.
Not often enough. Once every 4 months, twice, 3 times a week.
Once a day. Twice a day.
Every day, twice a day.
Very rarely.
3 times, sometimes 2 times a day.
Once a week.
Never. No need.
87 miles per hour.
Oh, maybe about 90, that's all.
A car probably around 95, 100. Motorcycle a little faster.
In my entire life, 100 miles per hour, just to see if I could do it. And it was probably in the least safest car that I ever could have possibly done it, because it was my first car I ever owned when I was a teenager. That tells you something. So that's about it. That was the fastest I ever went.
100.
Over 100.
About 110. Yeah, it was a little Ford Capri with a V6. It would move.
Might be like 120 miles an hour or something. I don't know. Pretty fast. I like to drive fast.
120 miles an hour.
About 120 miles an hour.
120 miles an hour going down to Myrtle Beach with my brother and this huge monster of a freak of nature named Jeff, who's now a lawyer in DC or in Richmond, and who on that very same trip got his arm smashed by the police and ended up in the Myrtle Beach jail for days, and lawsuits are still going on to this day, like years later. On the way down there, we were driving and We were in my brother's big convertible. We were leaving from Charlottesville in Virginia and coming down Route 17 or whatever. And those guys were in the back seat and demanding that I drive faster and faster, throwing beer cans at the back of my head as I'm going down. And 120 miles an hour is almost psychotic speed, even though it was a highway. It's maybe 55, 65 in this stretch. And you're going twice as fast as other cars. You're just passing them by like nothing. It was crazy. I had both hands on the steering wheel, and these two big lugs in the back of the car, throwing beer cans at the back of my head. Faster, faster. They kept on demanding. 120 miles an hour is like, it can't go any faster. Scary. Kind of exhilarating, I'm sure, after we pulled over and the car blew an engine half a day later. Related? I don't know. I was just doing what I was told.
142.
About 165 mile an hour.
I would say 12.
26.
No, I wouldn't even know what to guess.
I can guess, but I don't know.
Give it a guess.
107.
180 something, I think. I forget.
144. I have no idea. 144 would be my guess.
150.
No.
Okay.
I'm blank, man. I'm sorry.
Last night I had a dream that there was a spider. Me and my friend were having a sleepover, and there was a spider, and it kept making webs all around us when we were sleeping, and we kept trying to kill it, and we couldn't kill it.
I always have a dream about floating in a bubble and going around like the Grand Canyon and being in that bubble and being able to travel all over the earth in that bubble.
Somebody chasing me.
Dream of my family a lot. They're passed on.
I can't really remember any dreams, really, except just of me walking. That's about it.
Dream that I had, this most recent dream. I don't know. I don't really hold on to my dreams. Like kind of like I'm there, I'm aware, but when I get up, I'm not. It's sometimes quite difficult for me to remember what I've been dreaming about.
Actually, I don't dream much. If I do, it's, well, okay, if you call these dreams, they're like stress dreams. When I work too much, I dream about work. Believe me, they're not fun.
I don't remember too many dreams, to tell you the truth. Kind of a real light sleeper. I don't get a lot of deep sleep. Not ever. I mean, probably on occasion I'll have dreams like running kind of dreams, just free running, having fun, kind of kid dreams. And that's about it. And other than that, not much difference in it.
I don't dream.
You don't
do. So I haven't had one recent.
Not in great detail. It's been almost dreamless recently. Sorry. I try to do the up and down thing the way you're supposed to, but I have a tendency to go back and forth. I know I slip, but I just kind of give it enough time to hopefully take care of all the problems.
Stick it in the bag, let it na for a little while. Other side, na.
Up and down.
Yeah.
And across. And back.
I use a mechanical toothbrush. It kind of does most of the work for me.
Just the do it real fast technique, get it over with.
Yeah, we just got one of those machine type that actually spins around, and you just stick it in your mouth and you let it do its thing.
Up and down strokes.
Up and down, and across and around, and forever how long it takes. About 5 minutes.
Definitely some black beans, some rice, some cheese.
Salad, peppers, onions,
Chicken, black beans, peppers, onions, chipotle sauce.